The white owl, man. The white owl. What am I talking about, the white owl? First off, where am I at? Hanalei Bay. Check out. That's Hanalei Pier right there, man. Beautiful beach. Maybe one of the most impressive beaches and places I've ever been. Man, the mountains in the back. Pretty powerful. And this is my last full day here with the family. It's been great. And it's got me thinking about this path, man. This path that took me to this point, which was that path from a suicidal state in my truck, leaving this state, which is where my dream had always been to be, and then knowing, man, I was in Hawaii, shed it all, start back to basics, go back to the cold, the mean, the getting smashed into the ground. And I just knew it was important. But the white owl, let's talk about this, man. There was a gap of a few days where I had kind of scrounged up some money, had stayed in a place, got cleaned up, but then I didn't have any money, and I needed before I could kind of check into another place for a few days. This was on Hawaii. And I parked my truck, and this was a little bit after my suicidal state, but I knew I was getting prepped to go to the Legion. So I parked my truck, I backed it into this jungle area, and dude, I was just sitting there, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to the Legion. I need to kind of kill some time, kill a few days, and I didn't have any money, so man, I would just kind of go walking, and it was backed up to the lava flow, and it was dark, man, and kind of raining. My car smelled at this point. Man, I smelled like a homeless person. that ripe smell, dude. I just wanted to get out of the car, and I was walking. And I walked over to this cliff face, and of all the places I could be, it was just this one cliff, and it had a slight little path, like a goat path, that led to this cliff face. And you could see where it had all run down, and it was this massive expanse of black lava, old lava runs. And I walked out, it was nighttime, and I walked up to this cliff face, and I just stood there, man, and I was saying a prayer about where I was at, and I was just hurting so bad. And right from under me, a massive white owl goes flying, and I saw it just white fly out, and it was an amazing juxtaposition because it was this white owl, nighttime, the moon was shining on it, and he was flying over and just kind of cruised off into the distance. But I looked right and left, man. Of all the places, of all the distance that I could have walked and all the places I could have walked, I walked to this one point, and right underneath was this cave where that owl was chilling, and it took off, man. And I was in awe. And I took it as this powerful sign, man. And I had looked up some stuff about, what the owls were, and I guess there's barn owls that were introduced in Hawaii, but there's also Arctic owls that at times make the migration. And this thing was white, man. So white. There's the owl, the pueo, if I'm pronouncing that right. It's what Hawaiians call the owl. So I don't know what it was, but I just know what it meant to me and what it looked like. Bright white owl in the middle of the night, just me and this owl. And the owl can be seen as this sign of good luck and protection and guidance, wisdom, all these things. And it really, that's how I carried it with me. And I would think back to that owl during these times when I was wet and cold, man, and just felt like I had nothing and was lost, hopeless, man, and wasn't sure where my life was gonna go. This was even in the Legion. I would think back to that owl, going, what did that mean? How in all the places? Maybe it was just chance, but a lot of people watching this TCAV TV, man, ain't no such thing as chance, man. There's really not. Chance, what does that mean? Man, the man who doesn't believe in destiny doesn't have one. As my man Jimmy Watson says. I love that. Bro, I took that as this sign. And guess what? It's proved to be massively true. Look at this. Good luck, man. Guidance. Destiny. Man, look at that. And I took it as that. And I'm still taking it as that. Man, it's still working. Still working. And then we take those signs and then we back it up with action, which is the most important part, right? You could have all the signs in the world, but if you don't action some shit accurately, it don't mean fuck all. That's the truth. I'm just so grateful, man. I woke up and during my morning process today, I said my prayers. That's how I like to start my day. I sip a little coffee and just start with what I'm grateful for. And I'm just grateful for my fiance and baby and this epic time and success and living in purpose. And there's stress, man, right? This shit doesn't go away. People think that a beautiful life, this designed life, means a life free from problems. Man, pressure's a privilege. Problems are a privilege. And you can tell the size of a man by the size of his problems, right? You don't want to be that motherfucking dumbass worried about the lights and the car note. Dude, you want to be worried about businesses and employee payrolls and taking care of your family, right, in the right ways. Legacy. Those are the problems we want to be dealing with, man. Not this small ass shit. Think bigger. Think bigger. Stop playing small. Playing small gets you small wins. You got to play big to win big. What does winning big mean to you? What move do you got to make? What decision do you got to take to live that beautiful life, that designed life? Man, look where I'm at, dude. It's a powerful full circle moment here. I know I've said it before on the previous story, man, but I think it's important to take these moments, remember where you came, and remember how you felt at that moment, because that's where the gratitude comes from. Man, I know that feeling, that frame of reference of how shitty you can feel from making all the wrong calls and how amazing you can feel from making and doing all the right ones, man. Out here from Hanalei Bay, Kauai. Everyone have a wonderful day, man. Be smart. Out here.